Hello Zainey friends, and welcome to Makeup and a Movie, where I do my makeup.
And I talk about a movie.
And today we're talking about...
The Intern.
And we're also bonus talking about Money Monster, just throwing that out there. Today for my look, I'm using the Newtrals Vs Neutrals palette from Makeup Revolution, and I'm using a Too Faced Melted Metal in Peony lips. So if you want to see how I do this eye look and whatnot, just keep watching. Alright, so something I'm trying a little bit different today is actually a few things. I put my mascara on before the video because I was taking a lot of time doing it. That we probably time in this video that we probably could have condensed down, and also because I just find it a lot easier to put it on with a mirror really close to my face, where you wouldn't be able to see my face in the actual video if I did it that way. And then the third reason why was because I use my mascara pretty much as long as it lasts, and you guys were seeing me use the same mascara over and over and over again, so to me I felt like that was kind of redundant to be showing it. However, I promise that I will be bringing and showing you if I have a new mascara or something that I really like. I will be talking about it in the video if that happens. Right now I feel just really disgruntled with my mascara. I was really loving the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and then it started to get really hot here, so the mascara would run down onto my face and I started hating it. Today I'm using like a Maybelline Lash Sensational, which I use a lot, but I did just get the Benefit They're Real Primer in a box and I love it. It really makes my lashes look a lot more spidery and full, but on the whole, I'm looking for a better mascara, so if you guys know one, please comment down below. The second thing I wanted to talk about is we wanted to start giving you guys options as far as what palettes we're going to be using in our next video. So our next video is going to be X-Men because it comes out this next weekend, so we wanted to give you an option. So comment down below if you want me to use either the Makeup Revolution, this one, Fortune Favors the Brave palette that looks like this, or if you want me to use a higher end palette, which is this Bobbi Brown palette that looks like this. But I'll probably have to offset it with other colors since this is a very basic palette. But if you want me to use one or the other, please comment down below so we can use those. And make sure you're following us on social media because we might be posting there next time as well. Yeah? So for today's look, I'm going to be using this palette, which is the Makeup Revolution Newtrals Vs Neutrals, and it is spelled New versus Neutrals. Okay, so that's how they spell it. This palette, the reason why I'm showing this is if you guys saw my Lilo and Stitch Makeup in a Movie that we just did, I was showing you an alternative. There was another one where I'll link it down below if I can't remember. We were showing you an alternative to the Too Faced Peach palette, and this is another one, okay? This one right here, which actually has a really awesome brush, I have to say. This one right here has a lot of peachy colors in it. So this is another alternative. Oh, it was the Chocolate Vice palette. That's what it was. So Makeup Revolution now has two palettes that you can use if you are obsessed with getting the peach palette and cannot. So yeah, it's a very hot item apparently because it takes so long to make this thing. I'm not sure why that is, especially because it seems like all the other like chocolate palettes are in, you know, in stock everywhere. I don't know. But anyway, so this is the one we're going to be using today. I actually haven't even decided what I'm going to do with this yet. I did want to bring up the brush is really nice that comes with this. You know, a lot of times you get brushes in your palettes that are just like unusable. You just don't even want to. This one has a flat brush on this side and it has a fluffy crease brush on this side. So it's really, I think it's very usable. I'm actually going to use it today as I'm going and tell you how I feel about it. So what I think I'm going to do first, this is a lot of really nice matte shades up here and then shimmery shades here. So I'm probably going to use a base color. So let's go with this one right here. I actually have the little, this one is called Personal. I'm going to use that all over my lid, and then I'm going to put in a nice transition shade. Let's go with the one next to it. This one's called Vogue. That's what we'll start with as we're talking about The Intern.
So yeah, we got a chance to see this last night. So the intern is about this 70-year-old widower, played by Robert De Niro. Love him. Always like all the stuff he's in. And he is kind of tired of being retired. Wants to do something a little bit more. He worked for 40 years with a company that printed phone books. So he's just used to working, and he's very much an old school gentleman kind of guy, you know, very polite. And so he ends up finding that this one company right in the neighborhood where he lives is hiring senior interns, and senior as in senior people, not just
not
like
seniors in college.
Yeah, or high school kind of thing. Yeah.
And apparently you have to be over 65 in order to apply for this.
Yeah.
But they were like, you need to post a video to YouTube, or and then he said it Vimeo. Vimeo. We were like, haha, you know what that is.
And then this company is called
About the Fit.
About the Fit, that's what it is. I kept forgetting. And it's run by a character played by Anne Hathaway. Her name's Jules. And it's a startup company that she just started about a year or so before the movie starts. And it's grown into like a couple hundred people working there. And, you know, super popular and all these things. And they sell clothes. And I guess like the thing about it is that she does clothes that actually fit people and that kind of thing.
And when they call, you can actually say like, how is the fit on this, and then the person on the phone will tell you it's this. But if you go to the website, it's supposed to be really descriptive about how the fit will work with you.
Yeah, and the company's kind of cool. You know, it's a lot like these other .com startup type of companies. You know, right now with a lot of youthful people working there in their 20s and such, and that's pretty much like most of the cast. It's like people in their like 20s, early 30s.
In Manhattan.
In Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Especially very the hip place. Because it's funny because even Robert De Niro's character says that at the beginning of the movie too. He's like, I live in Brooklyn, because he's kind of talking about in his cover letter video. And he's like, I live in Brooklyn, but I'm not sure I'm as hip as it is anymore, kind of thing. He makes a comment about that, which is kind of funny. So yeah, he gets in there and he gets assigned to be the assistant to Jules, who is the woman that runs this whole thing. It was her brainchild, basically. She's just always busy, very busy, constantly going, hardly
She's very
sleeps.
hands-on. Like, she's not the
too.
type of boss that will just be like, oh yeah, you know, go ahead and do this. She's actually on the phone taking customer service calls.
Yeah.
You know, that's the type of boss she is. And kind of like the type of boss you always want.
Yeah.
But of course they're busy.
Yes.
All the time.
When he goes to have his first like meeting with her, they're like, all right, it'll be at 3:55. Please make sure you're prompt because she has another meeting at 4 p.m. And so he has like a 5-minute window to meet with her because that's how busy she keeps herself. And so that kind of bleeds into her personal life. You know, the work-life balance isn't really there. So...
To put it lightly.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, no, we are actually. I'm just trying to decide. Alright, I think I'm going to use this, oh, I don't know, this one. This is called Tone. This is kind of a really interesting, like, I don't know, mauve-y color. I'm going to put that in my crease over my transition shade. And I'm trying to decide, okay, I will use this one over here, Bias. And I'm going to use that as a highlight shade, and then I'm going to come back over, I think I really am digging this one right here, actually. That'll be Mode. This color right here, Mode. As you can tell, it's kind of this really gorgeous, I'm going to swatch it, gorgeous, like, shimmery color. I'm trying to make the light pick it up, but yeah, this gorgeous shimmery color I'm going to use on my lids, and then just go back over with maybe this really shimmery one called Style, like right here, like on the side, so that you can kind of see, I don't know, like more highlight there. I'm trying to find one that I want to use for the bottom part. Maybe I'll go down with Tone, and I'll put that down in the bottom of my eye waterline right here as well, and kind of put it all together, and we'll see if I need to add anything after that. We'll see.
So yeah, he gets kind of moved into his spot there, and she's apprehensive at first about having him as an assistant, especially him being older and everything. So she's just like, you know, we can put you somewhere else. But he's like, no, I'm gonna do my job. You know, he's a, you know, again, a good guy. So he's like, yeah, this is my job. I'm gonna do it. He ends up sitting around though, waiting for emails and jobs and things like that to come to him from her, and she again, is apprehensive about him at first, so she doesn't really do much or give him much work to do. So he sits around and kind of chats and gets along with other people, helps out around the place, and so he starts becoming pretty well known as this really cool older guy, you know, and starts teaching the other guys how to be gentlemen and how to dress nicer and how to treat the ladies. Ends up meeting Rene Russo's character, who is this in-house massage therapist, which is kind of cool.
I know.
For a workplace to have that.
I mean, you hear about this happening, but you're like, this would be amazing. We need this at our work, I'm telling you.
I don't know, like, I've always liked Rene Russo and stuff, and she's very beautiful. But I don't know, when I see her, I just don't see her as, like, the same age as Robert De Niro.
No,
she
probably,
but...
I don't know how old she is, but maybe she's supposed to be, like maybe a little bit younger.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. I didn't really connect to her in this movie, but
yeah, she wasn't in it that much. Yeah, I don't think they gave her much time to kind of develop her for you to connect to her. But yeah, the funny thing too is that the two of them worked together, Rene Russo and Robert De Niro, in another little movie, Rocky and Bullwinkle. She was funny. Natasha, but he was like the main bad guy that she worked for. Some of the people they work with are people you might be familiar with if you watch Comedy Central. Two of the guys from Workaholics are in this. Anders Holm, who plays Matt, Anne Hathaway's husband in the movie. And then we have Adam Devine. Devine or Devine? I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
It might be Devine. I don't know. But you should know him from Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, Pitch Perfect, Modern Family. And they're actually both really cool in this. They're not obnoxious or anything like that.
Yeah, Anders Holm. Yep. Okay, so I had like this weird thing about him. He's on Mindy Project, and I don't really like him on Mindy Project that much. He plays this like person that Mindy used to date, and then like just recently he came back. But he was like a preacher or like a really hip pastor who like went out with her, and then like they went on a mission trip together, and then they broke up, and he ended up starting this like hip hop shoe store that looks like a club. And I can't remember what it's called, but it's got this like really outlandish name. But anyway, as a character, I just could not hop on with him. I don't know why. He's funny, but I don't know. He just kind of seems to play like, in just the two things I've seen him in, he just kind of seems to play the same kind of thing. Like, they're just like, yeah, I'm here, dude. I'm really mellow. You know, not a lot phases me. I would like to see more energy from him and other things he does, but I just haven't seen him in that much other things. Yeah,
I see what you mean. Yeah, he's definitely like that chill guy. Like I said, Anne Hathaway's husband in this movie, and he's a stay-at-home dad with their daughter. And he took that role because of how busy she got with running this business. And he had to step down from his job, which was supposedly really good. And that's kind of an issue that's going on through the movie, a little conflict there. Yeah, that brings up some interesting things that ends up happening.
Which, no spoilers, we will not tell you. But that is what's happening with that.
Yeah. Other kind of main conflict going on through the movie is that Jules, Anne Hathaway's character, it's kind of being forced by her investors and other board members that are running this with her to get a CEO. They feel like she's kind of being stretched too thin, and everything is just growing so fast that they kind of need someone to kind of help them run it and control it before it gets too big on them. And so she has to start looking for a CEO. So they kind of get a list of investors, a list of possible CEOs, and she's again very hands-on. This is her baby. And she doesn't really like the idea of someone else coming in and telling them how to do their jobs and how to run it, especially when it's hers.
Alright, I just wanted to do one more thing. I think I just need to darken up the crease just a little bit more depth. So I'm going to be using this color here, this darker one called Custom, on the, like, just right here in the outer part of it. Not really, I'm going to blend it up into the crease, but I don't know, maybe not too much. And then I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush. I just got this in the starter kit, and I'm just kind of blend everything out, just make sure there's no lines. But that is pretty much, I think, how I'm going to finish my eye look.
Yeah.
So far, I really like it. It's blending really well. I love the shimmer and like how you can, it just has a lot of depth. I don't know, I'm digging on this palette. I can tell why a lot of people are like over the moon about this palette, because it's gorgeous. The colors are great for spring and summer. It's really bright. I love it. Love it.
Yeah, so she's having to go and find somebody, and her first couple of meetings, she's like, no. She like walks out in the middle of the meetings. You don't see them, but she talks about it, and she's like, nope, nope. Then Robert De Niro's character starts kind of helping her out and taking her around, being her driver, and gets to know her a little bit, and they kind of connect a little bit better throughout the movie. And she starts seeing that, you know, this is someone that, you know, has some real good advice, someone who's been there, and this nice connection comes up between the two of them, and it's really nice. It's actually really funny. Some really good moments throughout the film with, you know, Robert De Niro and just about everybody. Like, he was perfect for this movie. I loved him.
He really was.
And
because he's just like this guy that you just want to kind of like hang with and you know, get to know. He's not your typical 70-year-old
and I liked that, because at first I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna be one of those old people that's like, oh, technology, no, like, you know, why should I have to learn this? Like, I don't know. I
stereotypical, what you think of a senior. But...
Yeah. So I kind of thought that's probably what it's going to be like. But no, he was totally like diving into it. Like, yeah, I'm going to use this MacBook and I'm going to send a video cover letter. Like, he was all for it. And I really liked that. I thought that was very cool. And it definitely showed his character, not just like a character he's playing, but like character that like each of us have, our character and integrity. And so I thought that was really cool to have a good character like that in the movie.
I agree. I mean, I really like this movie too. Like, I like Anne Hathaway a lot. You know, this kind of reminded me of Devil Wears Prada, but not totally. I feel like it had more heart than Devil Wears Prada, but it was still pretty funny. But on the other hand, like, I don't know, like, it was just very ensemble, and it was kind of like Marshall said, there isn't one person in this movie that you're absolutely like, I don't like you. At all. Like, I don't like you. There wasn't. Everybody was like really, you know, just invested in their characters, and they really worked well together, and you could tell that it was probably a very fun set to be on, you know?
I bet too, yeah. Nancy Meyers is the director and writer for this, and she's done a lot of really great movies, especially like movies that are like for the older crowd and stuff. The last one I think I could say I've seen of hers was It's Complicated with Meryl Streep.
Oh, I didn't see that,
and, Alec Baldwin, where they're like divorced adults who have children, and it's actually kind of funny. It's actually that one again was another one that was like, I don't know, and I ended up watching it. I don't even remember why, but ended up watching it, and I was like, this is kind of fun. I think I saw it like about like a third of the way in to the end of the movie, and I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. So yeah. So trivia for this, I found some interesting things. Jack Nicholson was actually originally supposed to play the role of Ben in this movie, not Robert De Niro. So I thought that would have been interesting casting, but I don't know if people would have, like I was saying about Ben and him being like this guy that just dives into all this stuff and is super likable, I don't feel like you would have gotten that with Jack Nicholson.
Oh, yeah, no, not at all.
He's always kind of like this curmudgery old guy that's just like, brr, and I don't feel like that would have worked with this. So I thought that was a good choice. And then for Jules, Reese Witherspoon was originally cast. She actually had to drop out before they started.
She would have been okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Though I kind of feel, I don't know, she probably might be close to the age of Anne Hathaway. Maybe a little
They
older.
are. They're both, well, she's older. Reese is my age, and Anne is younger than I am by a couple years, but not much.
Yeah, because I would say, I feel like the role of Jules was someone a little bit younger, like someone like in their like late 20s, I'd say. So Reese Witherspoon, yeah, that would have been, I think it just fits a better for a person that's like around that age.
Yeah.
Tina Fey was also considered for the role too. When this was originally started back with Paramount with another studio.
I don't know if that would have worked.
And I don't either. I feel like, again, to fit that like theme of like this being a startup and all that stuff, a new company. Yeah.
By the way, I'm using Jessie's Girl Liquid Liner on the eyes.
As always.
While we're talking about it. And then I just ordered more, so yay. I'm using my 135 Ardell lashes just because they're easy and they're natural looking, and I didn't really feel like picking anything else out, so yeah.
You gonna go with like the totally natural look and put them on upside down? If you get that,
You get
like
why
it down
that
below.
is. Yeah.
There's a part in the movie where Ben and his coworkers have to go on a like secret mission for their boss Jules. I won't mention too much of it because it's a really funny part of the movie. So they go on a secret mission and they are told the key is under the flower pot, and it's kind of and the thing is that they get there and there's like a million flower pots all over the place. So they're like, which one? It's kind of a throwback to The Devil Wears Prada, where Anne Hathaway has to go and drop off this Harry Potter book or whatever it was. And they're like, put it on the table with the flower. And
there's like 2 tables with flowers.
I was like, which one? And then there's a part where one of the characters is talking about Jay-Z, and Robert De Niro's like, I don't know who you're talking about. Which I thought was funny because then he's like, someone mentions Beyonce, he's like, oh, okay, never mind, I know what you're talking about now. Supposedly that's a like throwback to some kind of beef that Robert De Niro and Jay-Z had at one point. I don't know. I'd never heard of that, but that's what I found out. That was kind of a...
Comment below if you know what we're talking about.
yeah, please do, because I don't know what that is. And I don't know. If you know, mention it. I did not feel like spending energy to search it. Because a lot of times I'm like, it's dumb. They probably saw each other like a Knicks game or something. Brooklyn Nets.
Knicks.
Oh, I think it's New York Knicks and Brooklyn Nets. That's how much I don't know about basketball up there. I know West Coast, and I know... Okay, I'm going to stop. Because people are probably like,
I still
oh
have
God,
other
sports.
things to talk about.
It's the NBA Finals. I'm sorry. I'm following it a little bit. That's the trivia I have for this movie.
So that's basically thoughts about The Intern. We liked it.
Yep.
I have to say Marshall was actually sitting on the edge of the couch while he was watching this. He never sat back. Like, that's how interested he was. So, you know, guys, you'll like this movie. I don't think it's like a chick flick at all. So yeah, that's The Intern. I did kind of want to talk about the fact that yesterday I went to go see Money Monster, but I didn't go see it with Chris, so that's why we didn't do it as a makeup in a movie. We were originally going to do this last weekend, but with some stuff happening in our life, we weren't able to go. So we ended up, Corey and I went for his birthday to go see Money Monster, and if you don't know what this movie is about, it is basically about George Clooney. It's directed by Jodie Foster, who I knew she had directed it, but I hadn't really paid much attention to it. It is also starring Julia Roberts. Why can't I remember her name? I love her. So they're, you know, together again, you know, after many Ocean's movies, which are quite honestly my favorite movies in... I mean, they're some of my favorites. I have tons of favorites, but I could watch Ocean's 11 like over and over again. You don't even know. I can tell you all of the weird idiosyncrasies that all of those characters in Ocean's 11 have. It's weird. Like how Brad Pitt eats in every scene, or how you know, Matt Damon's chewing gum all the time, or how Brad Pitt and George Clooney are always finishing each other's sentences. Like, I can tell you this, and I never get tired of these movies, although in my preference it goes 1, 3, 2. I didn't really care for 2 that much, but yeah, so I love heist movies. This is not a heist movie. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's more of a suspense, kind of. So basically what this movie is okay, yeah, I'm trying to put this on my eye. Come on.
It's about this monster that eats money.
So basically, Money Monster, George Clooney is one of those, like, CNN money financial guides that tells you, like, what stocks to buy and that kind of thing. But he tries to have, like, this entertainment value. So he's kind of like a snake oil salesman in that respect, because he's really, like, all flash and, like, oh, I love these people. And then he, like, does these, like, hip-hop dance moves, like, at the beginning of his shows, right? So he comes on, and it literally, the entire movie takes place in a day. So he's doing his show. Julia Roberts is his manager, like production manager, so she oversees everything. So she's up in the sound booth, and she is running the show. So a guy comes in on the premise that it is for deliveries. He's making a delivery, you know, and people even comment, oh yeah, hey, you're new, where's the other guy? And like, he just walks on through, gets all the way into the set, no one stops him, and basically takes the entire show hostage because he's lost money on his stock that George Clooney's character recommended. And so it's basically them getting down to the bottom of why did this stock lose such an enormous amount of money in one day, and why, you know, why. I mean, people, I think they said that like $800 million worth down in the stock were lost. And what's really awesome about it is that the people in it are basically working together as a team. The cameraman, there's one cameraman that basically stays there the whole time that it's happening, okay? And there are parts where they don't just stay in the studio. And I'm not even going to give away why, but it happens that things progress. Okay, I can't even talk that much about it, which is another probably good reason that we aren't doing this for an entire makeup in a movie, because I loved it. It was like this really great ride, and Julia Roberts, like her character, she was really like just trying to get to the bottom of it. Like, why did all this happen? And was feeding lines into George Clooney's character like as it goes throughout the thing to kind of like help him out. You know, trying to find out what kind of guy this person is and everything. There were parts where I audibly was like, oh, I can't believe that happened, because it took me aback. But no, honestly, it's a great ride. Like, if you're looking for something that just takes you on a journey, I liked it because it kind of reminded me of Big Short in the fact that it was like educational about the financial stuff, but it was a lot more funny. Well, I don't know, it was about as funny, but it was a lot more like suspense, you know, like what is happening. So I definitely recommend Money Monster if you're gonna go see that anytime soon. You like this kind of movies?
That's cool. Yeah, I love stuff like that.
I do want to say, while we're finishing up, I'm using what is this? The Too Faced Melted Metal Liquefied Lipstick in Melted Metallic Peony. I've never used this at all, and I'm going to see how metally it is, but that's the last thing we're doing.
Yeah. So, just wanted to say, make sure you stay tuned for upcoming videos. There's a lot of trailers coming out for shows coming up for the fall season and stuff.
That's
and
true.
I don't think I've ever seen so many trailers for like upcoming shows, like brand new shows coming. I'm super excited about a lot of them too.
Yeah.
The one I have to say, so far of all the trailers I've seen that I'm most excited for is Time After Time. I love the original movie. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard of it.
The movie? Yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, Denzel? It's not Denzel.
No, Time After Time. It has H.G. Wells. He goes with Jack the Ripper.
Oh! I need to go
go
see this trailer. I haven't been able to yet.
Oh, yeah. And you have to see the trailer for the original movie if you haven't seen it. And you too. Like, I love that movie. It's cheesy, 70s goodness, but it's really cool. Like, I remember seeing it as a kid and I thought it was awesome. But yeah, the TV show looks pretty cool too, so.
Oh, awesome.
But just something.
But yeah, we might be talking about that later, for sure. Okay, so that is basically my look for the Intern / Money Monster. I honestly really love the eye look, the shadows. I can see this is an amazing palette. I can see myself really using this a lot. And the lip is okay. It didn't go on really smoothly, in my opinion, but it's very understated in my color, so I like it. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep calm.
Stay zany.
Bye-bye. Marshall, can you turn it off, please?